You're listening to the Cashology Podcast by FNBO, a place dedicated to helping you become more financially savvy every day. It's a little like school, but your only homework is living your best financial life. I'm your host, Justin, and class is now in session. Welcome back to the Cashology Podcast, a place where we dive deep into personal finance to bring you actionable insights and real-life wisdom. Today, we're tackling a topic that resonates with many of our listeners. I was one of them, student loans. In this episode, we're going to dive into the importance of managing student loan debt and really the advice that we kind of get from Esmé, who was fantastic, by the way, applies to any kind of loan debt. It's all about making sure you're managing that debt effectively and, reaping the benefits from paying off debt. Esmé is absolutely fantastic. I don't think I've met anyone as passionate about their job and supporting their community as Esmé. So whether or not you bank at FNBO, we hope you do, but really, I hope you find and work with a financial individual, whether that be your own personal bankers, your financial advisors, whoever those people might be. I hope they're as passionate and serious about your financial well-being as Esmé is for her customers. So I really hope you enjoy this episode. It was really great where we talk about student loan repayments. Okay, so Esmé, so you sent me a little bit about yourself. So you've been at the bank a little over 2 years. What do you do at the bank?
I manage the location here at 24th and Oak in South Omaha, one of our bilingual locations. I manage about 15 people.
Wow.
I have 16 years of experience in banking.
Oh, very cool. So what do you love most about working at the bank?
Honestly, I think what brings pleasure and why I've been doing what I've been doing for so long, honestly, is truly helping clients like financially, trying to reach their goals.
Yeah. And is that like all swaths of probably financial, right? And not just money in my checking account. It's probably like bigger, like credit cards,
yes.
Loan debt, probably, right?
Absolutely. Honestly, anything that my biggest focus is always trying to help a customer uncover, like, how can we save you money? Where can we truly impact you and help you towards your future goals? Some people come in with the goals, maybe 3 months, a year, 5 years, like what is their ultimate goal? So it varies, our clientele is from young age to older age. So it just varies.
I've always had it in my head, like a branch bank, like a location is just like, hey, I just go there, I put money in, I pull money out. That's it. But like branches have so much more to offer.
Yes.
Beyond just, here's my money, hold on to it for me, and then I'll come back for it later, right? It's so much more like resources. Yeah.
Yes. And one of our location here is actually one of the busiest locations in Omaha.
Oh. Yeah.
So we do get a lot of traffic, honestly, a lot of traffic. When I tell you a lot, our lines are up all the way to the back of the door. But it's nice to know that they customers want to wait and they want to be serviced. And some are for bankers, some are on the teller line, and showing them ways, online banking. I mean, truly showing them everything the bank has to offer.
Yeah, very cool. So I know this topic today is about student loan debt, and it's something I can relate to. I had really big student loan debt, and I know you have some tips for us, for our listeners today, about how we can go about paying student loan debt off faster. But I think it's probably any kind of loan debt, right? We're not just talking student loan debt. Some of these principles will apply. And so I've gone through this journey and I would love to hear what your pointers are, because I do like to do my own little self-reflection on, all the little things Esmé told me. Did I do that? How good of a job did I do paying off my student loan debt?
Absolutely. And like you mentioned, there's a variety, not just student loans, a lot of loans out there that can also help, save you money or figure out how to help you get to where your goals are at. Just a heads up, I do have about 7 different ways that can help you, kind of plan and figure out what you need to do and what's going to work best for you yourself.
Perfect. Let's get right into it.
Awesome. The most common one, honestly, is trying to make that extra payment. So increasing payments, that can be an option for some people. It helps you reduce interest and shorten the term of your loan. Just making that additional payment, honestly, towards principal makes a huge impact. Small amounts, large amounts, whatever amount you decide to do. Only heads up I give customers with that is, don't forget to check your loan statements just to make sure everything's being added correctly where it should be.
That's a great tip. So personally, that's what I did, is increase the payments where I could, right? I've student loans, you have like 8 different vendors, right? They're not all with one. And so I think increasing those payments where you can if you have, throw in an additional payment.
Absolutely. Yes. Second option I have would be refinancing for better terms. What I mean by that is, if you have strong credit score or stable income that you're getting, refinancing might allow you to get a lower rate. Mm-hmm. Just keep in mind, though, with that one, it might affect things like for loan forgiveness or income-driven plans. So it just depends on the situation. Shopping around is always great. Kind of compare what rates are out there, what lenders are offering, what they're offering. So truly understanding like where you're at, how is that going to save you? How is that going to impact your personal loan?
Got it. So when we talk about like refinancing, a question I've always had is, particularly like student loans, and I know it's probably broader than just student loans. What are kind of the institutions you see people go to? Are those traditionally just banks that you would kind of shop around for, or they're like other?
Honestly, yes, you can make a quick phone call. You don't even necessarily need to step inside the branch. Or if you like doing online banking or going online, kind of looking at what's out there to offer. One of the biggest things we tell our customers is like, come here first. Let's help you. Let's see where you're at. What are your goals? And then kind of go from there.
Sure.
But a lot of the times I can tell you, we're able to help our customers here at FNBO.
Very cool.
So, all right, I'm going to hit another one. Okay. I'm going to hit number 3 now for you.
Okay.
Making payments automatic. So if you are able to set up automatic payments, that can actually help you, one, avoid late fees, missed payments. Plus, sometimes other lenders will give you a lower rate just for setting up auto pay. So that's a big plus, Plus, honestly, not only the on-time payments, it can also boost up your credit score. If you're looking to boost up your credit score and you're working on that, that can also help you a lot too. Just, making sure that you're reviewing your auto settings, auto payments, and keeping everything in line with your budget. Understand where you're at. So,
yeah, secret tip is somebody like me, if you're like me and you're listening to this podcast and you forget everything, even like when your wife just walked into the room and told you, hey, don't forget to turn the air off so it doesn't make noise when you're recording. Like, I can hear the air running right now. So it's really funny. Totally forgot. But like auto payments, huge saver.
Number 4 would be, to my opinion, would be biweekly payment methods. So switching to biweekly, that can also help you do that extra payment each year, which will reduce your principal a lot faster, honestly. And then the biggest thing with that one to me is just figure out where you're at with your budget. If that works with your budget, if you're able to do those frequent payments, that's a huge booster. For sure.
So if we can use an example for biweekly, because I've talked to others, especially particularly with mortgage, paying off a mortgage, doing biweekly as an approach. So student loan debt, I would assume, like, let's just say my payment I make every month is $1,000. How do I go about? So $1,000, $12,000 a year. Look at me, I can do math. I had a calculator. I'm just kidding.
No,
so $1,000 a month. What is a biweekly kind of payment? That's not $1,000 every 2 weeks, right?
No. So biweekly, honestly, it just depends on how you set up. One, my biggest thing when it comes to biweekly is sitting down with someone like an advisor or a banker and then kind of understanding where you're at, where you want to go, what you want to accomplish for the year. But setting up those biweeklies, like you said, 1,000, if we need to figure out maybe 575, 500, it just varies, honestly, depending on where you're at with your finances yourself. So understanding what you want to accomplish.
Perfect. Makes sense.
Let's move on to number 5, budget management. This one here truly focuses on paying high interest loans first.
Okay.
Let me give you an example. Credit card is at 25%. Auto loan is roughly 8%, and the personal loan at 9%. Okay. So when I say paying high interest loan first, what I mean is credit card obviously is the highest interest rate. So my focus would be trying to pay that one off first. So doing those extra payments to that one specifically. But it varies for everybody. Sometimes they might have a different rate with something depending on where their credit score is at. Yeah. So just keeping track of where you're at and what's going to help you keep motivated. That would probably be the biggest one for budget management.
Perfect. Because that's the approach I took with my own student loans. I had like 5 different vendors or, lenders. Not vendors, lenders kind of managing that. And that's what I did. I prioritized adding extra payments, paying a little bit more on the higher interest, and just at the time, minimum payments on everything else of tackling one at a time.
Yep. And as you know, student loans, there is a variety.
Sure.
So truly understanding which one can I pay off first that has the highest rate, pay those off first. So then that way you can try to consolidate them and get you motivated to get where you want to get to.
100%.
All right. The next one would be, this is a hit and miss for some people, but like number 6 is boosting income. Sometimes if you are working a part-time job and you're able to pick up another part-time job, that can also create a little bit of extra cash that can help you try to put more towards your payment to the student loan or loans themselves. Just use any, use your windfalls, like your tax refunds, your bonuses, anything that you're able to try to bring those loan balances down. Just my biggest advice with that one is just try to be careful not to overwork yourself or risk burning out, because that can happen, Handling too many things at one can definitely burn us out. Don't want that for anybody, for sure.
When I was looking at my own student loan debt, like the balance was just stressful as is. So spoiler, I didn't particularly take this approach, but I have friends that do. And I think if you have the opportunity, especially, right, I've had friends that are into glass blowing and woodworking and like as a hobby, like that's their art, that's their craft. And hey, if you can turn that into a little side hustle, especially when it comes with paying back debt, right? Every little bit helps. And so, different ways of don't have to always find like a job per se, of maybe even your own hobbies hobbies and passions can become something for you.
Absolutely. 100%. So this brings me to our number 7.
Okay.
This one to me is just being very aware of how these changes on the repayment plans can affect your long-term goals. So always is a great idea to seek advice. And I mentioned this a little bit ago. Reach out to a financial advisor. Reach out to a banker. Reach out to someone that's going to help you and guide you and give you the right advice of what's going to work best for you. One big point, honestly, that I am very passionate about, and like I told you, this is why I love what I do, is truly having that connect with a banker. Like customers should come see us as often as they want, but if they're able to come in and see us, every 6 months, come in and have a checkup. I call it financial checkup, just because we'll understand where you're at, where your goals are at. Things change. We get promotions, our budget changes, raises, get another job like we were just talking about. Our financial status can change at any time. So it's always a great idea to sit down with someone, get guidance, get advice, figure out what you want to do, figure out where your goals are at. So we're here to help and guide our customers.
Absolutely. And, for the listeners, maybe we'll link here in the show notes. I did a recording with a financial advisor here at the bank, and it was a great debrief on, for those of you that might be interested in finding a financial advisor, here are the tips to kind of look for. So hopefully we can link to that, because I think it was good right? You should find somebody that you can trust. And you can be open with, super important. And hey, if those are your bankers, if that's like your local bank, wherever you're at, I think that's great. It helps, and it doesn't hurt to have an external view, kind of somebody championing you on with your goals and doing what they can to help reach them. So I think these were great. Esmé, nice, simple 7 points. What are your final takeaways? Anything else you'd like to share as it just relates to paying off student loan debt or any kind of debt as quickly as you can?
Absolutely. And like I said, sometimes you're able to do all of these. Sometimes you're not. Sometimes you can mix it up a little bit. So use what's going to be best for yourself. Using these strategies can help you. Just depends on what works financially best for you. So it's different for every person. Your goals are different from every single person. So yes, sit down with someone, get advice, get guidance. Let's get you where you want to get to.
Absolutely. Well, hey, Esmé, thank you so much for taking the time to just sit and chat with me. Really appreciate you coming onto the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. You have a great day.
For more resources, check out FNBO.com or subscribe to us on YouTube or on your favorite podcast platform. Consider giving us a rating or a review, as they help us get the word out. And remember, our discussions are designed to inform and inspire. For personalized advice, we always recommend consulting a financial professional. Until next time, keep on making smart financial choices, and thanks for listening to the Cashology Podcast. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Podcasts are for informational purposes only and not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations. When making decisions about your financial situation, consult a financial professional for advice. Podcasts are not regularly updated and information may become outdated. Deposit products are offered by First National Bank of Omaha, member FDIC. Investment products are not FDIC insured, not a deposit or other obligation of the bank, not insured by any federal government agency, not guaranteed by the bank, may lose value. The Cashology Podcast, copyright First National Bank of Omaha.